Hello friends, welcome to Indispensable English. We learnt pronouns and its kinds with examples and explanations in the previous session. In today's session, we are going to learn what is a verb, what are its types, and why we say verbs play a crucial role in English language. We know that verb refers to an action or state. Verb is the heart of a sentence. Nouns, pronouns, and verbs are essential words in a sentence. We cannot make a sentence without them. Let us see more intensively about verbs in this session. Verbs. What is a verb? We all know that verb refers to an action or state of something. Am, is, are be form verbs. Examples given here are Tom eats food in time. She dances gracefully. He is an engineer. The first one, eats, is a verb, action verb. The second one, dances. What does she do? She dances. So it is also an action verb. Third one, is a verb. It is a be form verb and also it shows the state of something. He is an engineer. It shows the position of pronoun. He is an engineer. So is, dances, is are some of the examples of verbs here. Here are some verbs. Sing, talk, walk, speak, write, call, invite, jump, fly, dance, draw. Am, is, was, are, were. These are all be form verbs. Has, have, had, do, does, did. Now let us see verbs and its kinds. Main verbs are principal verbs. Auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. Transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Regular and irregular verbs and modal verbs. Now let us see what are main verbs or principal verbs. The word main itself tells it is very important verb. Main verbs are independent verbs. They can stand on their own. They never depend upon other verb. They themselves can give meaning. Examples: Helen reads books. We play cricket every day. Children speak truth. In all these three sentences, the verbs given are giving meaning on their own. Reads. What does Helen do? Helen reads. What do we do in the second sentence? We play cricket. In the third sentence, what do the children do? The children speak truth. So reads, play, speak, all these verbs are main verbs in these sentences because they can give meaning on their own. They don't depend upon any other verb. Here are some more examples for main verbs. Jump, read, walk, swim, stand, sit, eat, laugh, give, speak, sing. These are all some of the examples of main verbs or principal verbs. Now let us see auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. The very word auxiliary or helping will give you the meaning. It is not main verb. It is not independent verb. It is only dependent. They are dependent verbs. They always accompany main verbs. They will help main verbs in some way. They give only grammatical meaning in a sentence. They won't give content meaning. Examples: I am teaching grammar now. We were listening to music. I have bought a new car. In all these three sentences, you can notice am, were, have, all these are helping verb. You can understand some main verbs are also given: teaching, listening, bought. These are all main verbs. Am, were, have, they are helping verbs. They are helping to the main verbs: teaching, listening and bought. So now let us see some of the examples for auxiliary verbs. Here are some auxiliary verbs: am, is, are, were, was, do, does, did, has, have, had, can, may, will, shall. So here some auxiliary verbs can act as main verbs also. I am a teacher. In that am, the auxiliary verb, it acts as a main verb because there is no other main verb in this sentence. So the auxiliary verb itself acts as a main verb. In some context and situations, the auxiliary verbs themselves will act as a main verb. Now let us see transitive verbs. What are transitive verbs? The transitive verbs are always followed by an object. They answer to the questions what and who. They won't take adverbs. Transitive verbs are very important verbs in English language. For changing active to passive, we should use the transitive verbs. Unless otherwise the transitive verbs are present, no active voice can be changed into passive. So transitive verbs are very important verbs in English language. Examples: Harry drew a picture. What did Harry do? Harry drew a picture. We can change it into passive also. A picture was drawn by Harry. So this transitive verbs, as I given you definition, it is followed by an object. The verb drew, it is followed by an object, a picture. A picture is an object. In the next one, she writes a letter. What does she do? She writes a letter. This writes is a transitive verb. So both these sentences can be changed into passive voice. So in both sentences we are having objects. In the first one, the verb, transitive verb do is followed by an object, a picture. In the second sentence, the transitive verb writes is followed by an object, a letter. So a transitive verb will be always followed by an object. It will answer to the question what and who. Here are some transitive verbs: draw, write, sing, speak, eat, give, thank, teach, collect and meet. Now let us see intransitive verbs. What are intransitive verbs? Verbs which are not followed by objects but followed by something else. It may be adverb or anything else. Adverb or intransitive verbs. B form verbs are always followed by complements. Examples: Clara is my best friend. He slept soundly. They laughed merrily. In all these three sentences, you can see the intransitive verb is, slept, laughed. All these are followed by adverb and noun class. So next one, some of the examples given here for intransitive verbs are sleep, shine, walk, talk, run, jump, swim, dance. So in the first one, is a intransitive verb. The second one, slept, and third one, laughed. Finite verbs. What are finite verbs? These verbs change according to the person, number, and time. That is past, present, and future. Examples: she waits. She waits, it is a present tense. We are adding s with the verb wait as the subject is third person singular. The pronoun she, it is third person singular. We are adding s with the verb. Then next one, I waited. Waited is a finite verb, past tense. It tells the time, that is past tense. They are waiting. It is present continuous tense. We will be waiting, future continuous tense. So the finite verbs change according to the person, a singular or plural or first person, second person or third person, according to the number, whether it is singular or plural, time, present, past or future. Now let us see infinite verbs. What are infinite verbs? This verb does not show tense, unlike finite verbs. The infinite verb does not show tense. Finite verbs will show tense, but infinite verb does not show tense. Does not have any agreement with subject. It cannot perform any action in a sentence. Examples: she pleaded me to help. In this there are two verbs. One is pleaded, that is finite verb. To help is infinite verb. So this infinite verb to help needs the help of pleaded, the finite verb. So the infinite verbs, they cannot perform any action in a sentence on its own. I like to eat chocolates. In this, like is finite verb, to eat is infinite verb. So to eat depends upon the help of the finite verb like. So we can understand that it cannot stand on its own. It cannot perform any action independently. We want to work always. The third one, want is finite verb. To work is infinite verb. So in this sentence also we can understand to work, infinite verb, depends upon the finite verb want, to give some sense in this sentence. Children like to play in the ground. In this, to play is infinite verb and like is a finite verb. This to play infinite verb depends upon the finite verb like to perform some action in this sentence. So now we can understand these sentences: to help, to eat, to work, to play, all these are infinite verbs which are not able to perform any action on its own, but depending upon the finite verbs to give some sentence, some meaning in the sentence. Now let us see regular verbs or weak verbs. Regular verbs can be otherwise called as weak verbs. Verbs which form their past tense by adding d, ed, ied and t to the present with or without vowel change in the word are called regular verbs or weak verbs. Here are some examples. I spent money. It is in present tense form. I spent money. Only we have changed the last letter D as T. In the second one, she talks fluently. She talked fluently. That is past. Talks is present tense. Talked is past tense. Children cry loudly. Children cry loudly. So regular verbs or weak verbs will be added by D, ED, IED or T to the present with or without vowel change in the word. Here are some regular verbs. Call, push, put, pull, try, invite, welcome, burn and learn. Now let us see some of the forms. For V1, V2, V3. Walk, walked, walked. Try, tried, tried. Spend, spent, spent. Dance, danced, danced. In all these verb forms, we can notice V2 and V3 are same in these examples. Let us see irregular verbs or strong verbs. Verbs which form their past tense by merely changing the vowel in the body of the present form are called irregular verbs or strong verbs. Example, Reena sings a song. Reena sang a song. In this, the vowel I is changed into A. Sing, sang. In the second one, they speak well. They spoke well. He writes a story. He wrote a story. So in all these examples, you can change the vowel is changed in all these three sentences. Here are some irregular verbs. Choose, come, go, stand, get, take, bring, buy, sleep, draw, ring, fall, rise. Some of the examples for irregular verbs: write, wrote, written. V1, V2, V3 forms. Go, went, gone. Sing, sang, sung. Come, came, come. Draw, drew, drawn. Give, gave, given. So these irregular verbs are very important to use in our English language. Modal verbs. What are modal verbs? Modal verbs are also a kind of helping verbs. Modal verbs are helping verbs. They indicate attitudes or feelings like ability, possibility, permission, suggestion, obligation and compulsion. Examples: I can do anything. It's my ability. Can is a modal verb. It is also a kind of auxiliary verb. Can. I can do anything. The modal verb can shows my ability. It may rain tomorrow. The modal verb may tells the future possibility. May rain tomorrow or it may not rain. Only future possibility. The third one, we must be honest. The modal verb must. It indicates the meaning of necessity. It is necessary to be honest. So, can, may, must are some of the examples in these sentences for modal verbs. There are some more examples for modal verbs. Can, could, might, ought to, shall, should, will, would, need, dare to. let us see the overview of what we have learnt about verbs and its kinds. Verb. Verb refers to an action or state of something. Verbs and its kinds. Main verbs are principal verbs. Main verbs can be called as தமிழில் அதை முதன்மை வினைச்சொல் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்கிறோம். Why they are called as main verbs? Because they stand on their own. They can stand on their own. So they are called as main or principal verbs. Auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. அதை நம்ம தமிழில் துணை வினைச்சொல் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். Auxiliary verbs cannot stand on their own. They will be depending upon the main verb for its function. So they are called as auxiliary verbs. Next one, transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs will be always followed by an object. Transitive verbs, they will be always followed by an object. They are very helpful to change active to passive. அதை தமிழில் நம்ம செய்யப்படு பொருள் குன்றா வினைச்சொல் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். Intransitive verbs. Intransitive verbs are not followed by an object. அதை நம்ம என்ன சொல்லலாம்னா செய்யப்படு பொருள் குன்றிய வினைச்சொல் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்கிறோம். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன், finite verb. Finite verb are has only limited agreement with the subject. It has its limitation. Finite verbs நம்ம என்ன தமிழில் சொல்லலாம்னா வினைமுற்று இல்லைன்னா வரையறுக்கப்பட்ட வினைச்சொல் அப்படின்னு நம்ம finite verbs நம்ம சொல்கிறோம். Non-finite verb changes according to the person, number. ஸோ அதை நம்ம non-finite verb தமிழில் என்னன்னு சொல்கிறோன்னா வினை எச்சம் இல்லைன்னா வரையறுக்கப்படாத வினைச்சொல் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். நெக்ஸ்ட்டு ரெகுலர் வேர்ப். ரெகுலர் வேர்பை நம்ம முறைச்சார் வினைச்சொல் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்கிறோம். ரெகுலர் வேர்ப்ஸை நம்ம இங்கிலீஷில் வீக் வேர்ப்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்லலாம். which form the past tense by adding ed, d, t or ied in the present with or without vowel change in the word. Next one, irregular verb. Irregular verbs are strong verbs. Verbs which form their past tense by merely changing the vowel in the body of the present form are called irregular or strong verbs. அந்த irregular verbs-ஐ நம்ம என்னென்னு தமிழில் சொல்லலாம்னா முறைச்சாரா வினைச்சொல். Next, last one, modal verbs. The modal verbs will express the attitude, different kinds of the mood of a person. Attitude, possibility, suggestion, all these kinds of moods are expressed through modal verbs. அதை துணை வினைச்சொல் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லலாம். துணை வினைச்சொல்லோட ஒரு வகை தான் இந்த modal verbs. We have learned verbs and its kinds in today's session. If you have any doubt, please comment in comment box. Let us meet in the next session with more important and interesting information in grammar. Thank you so much for watching.